Welcome to another episode of the Valorant Tips and Tricks sent by you series. A series where I show Valorant tips and tricks that you guys send to me. Like always, I'll be giving away a battle pass to a random submission, so if you got cool tricks, feel free to send them in the Lowlander Discord server. I definitely should not be making this video right now. I should be working on my thesis, but I mean, I don't want to leave you guys alone. So college can wait for a few hours. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let's start this video with a simple sofa tricky. First plant the spike on B and then go to mid link. Now just wait till you hear the enemies defusing the spike and then use your drone, but not like this. It's easy for the enemies to destroy it like this. Instead, you could use these boxes to boost your drone up very high in the sky. It's harder for the enemies to destroy it and you get way more info. Alternatively, on the defender side for example, you could also use this drone to get information about B long. A very good tricky, this one. You can use the same mechanic on A by the way, and probably there are a lot of other maps where you can also use this mechanic, so good luck my friends. Now an important tip, I have to give you guys a little warning. When I scroll through the Discord server looking for tricks, I sometimes see very cool one-ways. Like this one, stand on this corner, aim over there on the brick and throw your cipher cage. Look at this, at first glance it looks like a perfect one-way. You can see the feet of the enemy and there's no way that they can see you. Well, about the last part, this is how it looks like from the enemy's perspective. Yeah, then suddenly it's not a good one-way anymore. So big tip to everyone, before you use tricks in game, always test them in a custom game. Especially with one-ways, you always have to check it from the enemy's perspective. Okay, what the heck happened in this round? Okay, whoa, that was insane, but we can learn two things from this. The first one is when the Gecko ulti goes through a cypher trap and he jumps, he will go all the way back. But the second thing that surprises me, when it bounces back, it still stuns the enemy. It's incredible how unlucky the cypher in hell was over here. Respect, dude. Now a very cool sky mechanic. Did you know that when you have your flash in your hand, you keep walking and activate it quickly, the flash will actually flash behind you. MrLowlander, cool mechanic, but it's pretty useless, right? When are you gonna walk with your flash in your hand? That's not very smart of you. Well, there's one use case where it actually can save your life. Imagine you're peeking something mid on bind for example and you suddenly see 5 enemies rushing you. You barely survive and when this happens you're of course not gonna re-peek it. So you run for your life and this is the moment when that 1 second extra with your flash might save your life. There are probably more spots where you can use this trick, so good luck my friends. Also, this trick was sent in by Kushu and you are the winner of the battle pass. Congrats. Now let's talk about Neon. Let me show you a very underrated combo. It's simple. When you use your stun, immediately rush into your stun and dash. When you do this quickly, the enemies will either be stunned when you peek or they will try to run away. And that's where you get an easy peasy kill. Well played, BK. As we probably all knew by now, Omen can pick up the spike with his ultimate. It's a very strong mechanic if you want to fake a rotate for example. But here's a way to counter it. When playing Sage you can simply place your Sage wall on the spike and now it's not possible anymore. Omen will teleport next to the wall, so not today you sneaky little rat. Now a trick for all the Viper players that are too lazy to learn lineups. Or the people who forget their lineups. Yes, I'm talking to you, don't deny it. You're not the only one by the way, I also forget my lineups after 2 games. Here's a cool alternative that works on every map. In the post plant, find a safe spot to stand, ping the spike, look at it and aim directly up till you can't go any higher. I know my friends, this might look a bit silly, but what you have to do is walk forward till the spike is just inside your noise barrier, shoot your molly and it will always land directly on the spike. This trick will work on every map on any side as long as there's no object where your molly bounces against. There's one thing I have to mention though. Overall, normal lineups are better for 2 reasons. The first reason is that you can do them very quickly, and the second reason is that you just don't walk like a blind chicken looking at the sky. I mean, it's pretty silly. If an enemy walks around the corner, then they will probably get you. So my advice, learn the normal lineups, but just in case you ever forget them, you can do this as a quick alternative. With Raze, if you're standing in tree and the spike is planted next to the generator, it's a bit hard to find a good lineup for your Raze grenade. You either have to peek very deep, and that's not very smart, and when you throw it against the door, it doesn't really reach the spike. But here's the thing you can do. Stand in front of window, use your satchel on the ground, and then do a jumping right-click throw. This way your grenade will land exactly on the spike, an easy win for you. Exploit is exploiting this trick. And that's how you win a 1 versus 3. Now let's do a Harbor trick. There are probably some Harbor players out there, right? I mean, Harbor is one of the most underrated agents in the game in my opinion. He's very strong if you know what you're doing. But anyway, on A-side Pearl, it's very useful to use this wall over here. You block off mid-link, heaven, and what? Why is the defender spawn not wall? Well, the reason is that your wall is going into heaven instead of the defender spawn. So what a lot of Harbor players are trying to do is first aim up and then aim down so everything is smoke. But this is not the way to do it. Here's a golden tip. While casting your wall, aim to the ground so the tip of your wall is underneath the heaven. When this is the case, your wall will end up on the lowest spot and that's the defender spawn in this case. I know, that was a lot of explaining. So let's stop the tricks for a second and go to the trick shots. I mean, look at this wallbang kill. How the heck did he do this? Or this one might even be more impressive. Did you see 3 enemies over here? Because I only saw 2.
Oh my god!
And this one isn't really a trick shot, but it's a pretty funny moment.
Go get him. Satchel out.
Clutch!
That's a way to clutch the round. Back to the tricks. Here's a cool gecko trick you can do on Pearl. Stand against this wood over here and then aim at the top of the big wooden part. When you throw your flash, it will bounce against the wood and then go back to you. At first I thought, mwah, this lineup is not that good, but it's actually pretty useful. Because first you get so much information about art, so if you have teammates in middle, they can push freely. And second, you get your flash back anyway, so you can use it when pushing something else. Another cool flash you can do is over here on bind. Just do a jumping throw and your flash will go through the roof over here. Enemies that are about to push won't be able to see anything. Now, did you know that this was possible? You could actually place your cipher cam inside the rotating door. You'll be able to see a little bit of long, but of course this is a glitch and you might get banned if you use this trick, so I would not recommend it, but it's a cool fact to know. A trick you can use with the door, however, is this sneaky trick. When the enemies are opening the door, check their left side, and if nobody is there, try to push and you might get behind the enemies. Well played, Anita. As we all know, heaven on bind is extremely high. It's very hard to get up there. You can't use your Yoru teleport up there, for example, even if you use your clone first. Well, kinda. If you use your clone against heaven, you won't be able to get up there. But if you use your clone against this wall over here, then you will be able to teleport up there. It's a strange mechanic, but now you know. Another interesting way to get up on heaven is jump on these barrels and do a boost with your breach ultimate. This one is very situational. But hey, maybe in the last round of a game you want to do a party trick, here you go. About party trickies, while we're on bind, you sadly can't use your E somewhere on A, teleport and then teleport back. You'll be out of range, but what you can do is teleport as soon as you walk into the teleporter, and then the enemies will hear the sound of the teleporter, but in fact you are not in. Maybe you can fake an enemy out standing in middle or something. In the post plant on Lotus A with Sage, try placing your wall over here. It looks like a normal wall, right? But in fact you create a nice little head glitch spot to get the enemies in link. You might catch the enemies off guard, just like Pro Frost Mage. Well played.
VCT, one pushing tree, there's one pushing tree!
I think there was also one pushing tree in that round. About Sage, this next trick I won't really recommend, but it worked literally for lighter rally. If it worked for you, well played.
Careful. Enemy remaining. One enemy remaining.
Okay, now look at this Omen one way. I've never seen someone using this trick. First click on R to go to the normal form and then place your smoke on that wall over there. You can see if you get it right if the green arrow is pointing on the wall. Now at first glance it looks like a very bad smoke. For the enemy's perspective it doesn't really look like a one way. So there's a chance that they might try to push. But in fact what you have to do is teleport on these boxes and then it is a perfect one way for you. So you can grab some nice kills. And while we're on Ascent with Omen, you could also use your one way over here. Again, look at the green arrow and when you get it right, use it, easy peasy kills. Now Clippy from a game I played a few days ago. I think I knew this was possible, but I completely forgot. So in case you forgot it too, here's how it works. Wait, is it possible? Oh, what the heck? You know that feeling when you get stuck on backside C and the enemies are pushing you? Yeah, my friends, not very fun. But here's something you can do with KO. Stand in this corner and aim at the left corner of the middle metal thing. Once you see it, it's very easy to remember. Do a left click throw with your flash, hug the container and peek. And look at that, my friends. You have a nice one-way flash to get the enemies. Keep in mind, very important, you have to hug the container. If you walk a little bit to the back, then you also will get flashed. And that's not very smart when you're peeking into 5 enemies. Okay, at this point, my brain isn't really functioning anymore from all the studying last week. Can I please get a trick shot?
One enemy remaining.
Thank you, that guy. That really helped. Okay, at this point, I think my time from procrastination is over. I'll stop creating this video. I'll continue studying. And I would also recommend that you stop watching these videos and start studying. It's almost summer vacation, my friends. Thank everybody for submitting their tricks. And I see you guys in the next one. Peace.